Good morning. Kind of wanted to show off this pajama choice because I'm feeling it. Also, I love these glasses, and I know I got some like flack for these glasses because I made a video. They're one of the Meeloog glasses, and people were like, I don't like them. I like them better when I like have makeup on. I think for some reason that makes them look cooler, but I'm sorry, they're rainbow and they're glittery, and what more could you ask for? While I'm in the kitchen and I'm remembering, I have a plant that needs a trim. She loves to grow, and I love this plant. I think it's called a Trendensendia. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but here's the actual name for it. And she grows super lush. Right now she's kind of, she is nice and long, but I think she's thinning out, and I think it's because I'm letting it get too long. And so I'm gonna go ahead and give her a little bit of a haircut. Some other stuff I need to get done today. I need to memorize my lines for this shoot that I have in 2 days. I think I'm pretty much memorized if it is the same lines from the audition, but it wouldn't hurt for me to kind of work on those for a little while and really get them cemented into my head so that I'm prepared. I need to sew. I want to sew. So I sew, at like a novice level. I understand that the mask mandates are starting to wind down. However, I will most likely still be wearing masks out in public places just because of my job as an actor. I often need to get tested for COVID prior to being on set for a shoot, or they'll test me in the morning when I get to set. 10% of my work is being on a set, but that is also the only time that I get paid for all of the work that I do. So I need it. I can't afford to get COVID. I still have all this fabric for masks that I never made. I might as well keep making them and I'll keep using them. So I have this one like 90% complete, and look at this material. Isn't it so cool? Little Mario action. And so I just need to finish this. It's so close to being finished. I'm going to try to do this today so I have this mask to wear. Oh yeah, and then the thing that I'm going to do right now, I am trying to find tickets for me and my mom to go to Brazil. My mom's from Brazil and all of her family is there. She's going to go for probably a little bit longer than the amount of time I'm going. I'm only going to go for 2 weeks. It's like a really busy work time, and I don't want to miss out on those opportunities because in the acting world, usually spring and summer are filled with opportunities, and then fall it starts to drizzle down, and then winter there's not a lot. But I have been trying to find us good tickets that are a shorter flight because it is a very long flight to get from Washington State to Brazil. So we want a shorter flight, meaning not very many layovers, and layovers that are in airports that don't seem like they would overwhelm and confuse us. Hello, JFK. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you would be interested in me vlogging a bit when I'm in Brazil. I don't think I would feel comfortable bringing my nice camera, but I would have my phone with me, and I could at least make a slightly lower quality video on my iPhone of, my time in Brazil. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you think that that would be interesting to watch. Oh, little mousey. Oh, little mousey mouse. have an acting shoot scheduled for tomorrow, and I'm currently gathering my wardrobe for it. I have to have 2 different looks for this one. Also, in addition to bringing clothes when I go to a shoot, I also bring jewelry just in case, because sometimes they want you to have like just little earrings or necklaces, something simple, and I'm talking about commercial acting, which is what my shoot is for tomorrow. So I have a couple of these really cool, I'm assuming like bead organizers or craft organizers, and this is what I use to store my jewelry that I want to take to set. I keep little earrings like according to the style, and a few little necklaces in their separators so they don't get all tangled, and rings. So that's usually how I will present my jewelry to the wardrobe person so that they can see what I've got and maybe pick something out if they think it fits the character. I'm gonna finish grabbing my clothes and then work on my lines and have a great shoot tomorrow. Definitely get some sleep. That's on the checklist. Good morning. Last night was rough. Link got attacked by another cat. Don't worry, I'm fairly certain he's fine. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye out for like abscesses, which can happen sometimes if a cat gets like scratched or bit by another cat. It can get an infection under the skin and turn into like a pussy cyst type thing. This cat was a stray cat, and thank God Link is up to date with all of his shots, his rabies, everything. So if the cat had anything, I don't think it could have given it to Link. Link was on his leash. We were coming back from a walk. We were right in front of the door, like so close, like 5 feet from the door. And this cat just came out of nowhere. Link was walking real fast, ready to get back inside and get his dinner, and all of a sudden he was right next to me, and all of a sudden I heard him screaming and another cat screaming, and I looked down, and this cat had just like engulfed Link. Like he had grabbed him. It looked like they were one cat, and was like kicking and biting and screaming, and Link was trying to defend himself, and I was terrified, and I was trying to pull Link because I had his leash and he was attached to the harness. I was trying to pull him out of it, and that cat just held on for dear life. So I had to kind of kick the cat. Don't worry, I'm not like a football player. I don't have strong legs. I didn't hurt it, I'm sure, but I kind of had to kick it to get it off of him. And I think it would have come right back. I had to like swoop down and grab Link. And even then he was flailing. He was freaking out so much that I had a really hard time scooping him up. I kind of had to like lift the leash and like grab him. And in my arms, he was just wanted to run, like was just terrified. And luckily, like I just ran to the door and got him inside. And I have a little cat gate in front of the door so that the cats can't ever try to escape if I'm coming in from outside. So I left him inside that little area with the thing so I could check him out and make sure he didn't get like cut or bit where it wasn't bleeding. And Zelda ran over to see what the hubbub was. I think she heard, because it was so close to the front door, I think she heard the screaming and came over and was instantly scared and hissing. And I feel like she was freaking Link out, and I just needed to look at Link and take care of Link for a minute. So I came out of the little gate and I grabbed Zelda to go put her in the room, and she bit the crap out of me and left. This honestly looks a lot better than it did last night. I put Neosporin and then a Band-Aid on it, but that's just a tooth. Like her tooth went in me, and then I think as I was like trying to be like, ow, it just like pulled across. So she got me good. But I got them separated and I was able to take a look at Link. I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find any blood. I've seen that cat before too in the neighborhood. There have been multiple times where I've been walking Link and I look behind us and this cat is just like stalking behind, a few feet behind Link. And I've always been like, whoa, like that's crazy. I can tell it's a stray cat. So I just grab Link really fast because I can't tell his intentions. If it's just a cat that's like, another cat, or if it's a cat that's like, get out of here, this is my territory. So the couple of times that's happened, I pick Link up and I get out of there and that cat kind of disappears. But this time, I swear, like 10 steps before, I had looked behind us just to make sure we were okay. It was kind of late at night. I just wanted to make sure. And there was nothing there. And so like 10 steps later, all of a sudden, that cat was just on him. I think it was terrifying for all three of us. Not the stray cat, me, Link, and Zelda. Those are the three I'm referring to. And then this morning when I took Link out, he was kind of scared. He looked like this. Nice seeing your little kiddo get beat up. It's awful. I was terrified. I definitely screamed like a little girl, very loud. I'm sure everybody within the vicinity heard me. I wanted to let you guys know how my shoot went. It was 2 days ago. I also wanted to try this Buddha chocolate, this rose flavored chocolate that I received last week. Looks like dark chocolate, but look, there's like rose petals on this side. Fancy. I think it just tastes like dark chocolate. Dark chocolate has a really strong flavor, so I don't really taste rose, but it's good. Oh my God, it made me sneeze. So the shoot. This shoot was a commercial shoot that is for online purposes. I think I'll end up seeing it when it comes out. When that happens, I'll be able to share that with you. I probably won't be able to add it into my video because of copyright issues, but I do think I will be able to link it down below. If I'm not able to do that for some reason, or I'm not vlogging during the time it comes out, a way to see some of the things that I do once they do come out is by following me on Instagram. I have an Instagram for this channel, which is at Adara Unboxed. That is not where I show my acting or like real life pictures or videos. But if you want to follow along with my acting career or my cat mom life or my traveling or fooding, then the Instagram to follow for that is at AdaraTube. That is my personal account, and that's where I post a lot more than I do for the Adara Unboxed account. The shoot was cool. It's gonna look really cool. The script is funny, and the people on set, the crew members and everything were great. The best part of this shoot was that I got to work with some friends. So I finally got to work with one of my very best actor friends. He's absolutely wonderful, and I don't know how our paths have never crossed on set before. So this was super fun, even though it was a really brief amount of time that we got to be on set together. It was still very fun. I forgot to say that after my shoot, my friend and I went to go have some food, and he took me to this really cool place that I had never been before. I think it was called Gainsbourg. I'll put the name right here. And it was so delicious. It's in the Greenwood area of Seattle, and we had mushrooms and Brussels sprouts and escargot. And they were good, y'all. They were better than what I had in France. These reminded me of the texture of like mussels or clams, but without the fishy flavor, but without any kind of earthy flavor as well. They just tasted like butter and garlic and were so yummy. I actually really love eating out, and I think I'm going to try my best to remember to take little videos when I go eat out, because maybe some of y'all would appreciate seeing some yummy food as well. All right, friends, I think this is where I end the vlog for the week. I hope you all have a wonderful day or evening, week, year, all of the above. Help a lady out, and don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. And I will see you very soon for another vlog time adventure, okay? Bye.